Hey friends, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for joining me for the flip through of Volume 1 of December Daily 2024. Hey everyone, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thank you for joining me for this video. I am so excited to share my completed Volume 1 of my 2024 December Daily project. I've labeled the side December Daily 2024 number 1. I realize the number sign or the hashtag is quite large, but that's okay. I used a couple of stamp sets to create the label, this super amazing one from Allie Edwards, which has lots of different community projects that she hosts, and in her lettering in a very simple uppercase. And then I just used the number sign from this old Heidi Swap stamp set. It was the tiniest one I could find. In retrospect, probably could have written it, but it's all good. So obviously I've chosen the Christmas tree album. I have 2 of these. I'll be starting volume 2 very soon. But this is going to be a Chatty flip through. So I will also have a flip through just to music. If you are someone who prefers to just look and listen without talking. So in the front, I have my table of contents. This will not obviously be in the second album because this includes all of the stories. I created this inspired by Denise. She's absolutely amazing. So you can see story number 16 is the finishing story for this. All right. Then I have my reason why, which is story number 1. I used the die cut and adhered it to this acetate, used my May Arts star trim, and wrote my why: to experience joy and practice self-care as a way of reclaiming my story while documenting the magical and mundane, and because it's fun, duh. And that's it. That's very simple. 3 reasons. Kept it really simple. And I like that you can see behind it into story 2, which is about our surprise trip to New York City. I created this flip open with this gorgeous horizontal patterned paper and the giant full-sized photo collage of pictures of our trip. I stamped out Very Merry using some Distress Oxide inks, and someone had asked me in one of my videos if I shared the swatches that I created, and here they are if you want to screenshot what I have pulled from my Distress Oxide inks and my stash. And I reference this quite often as I'm planning my pages if I plan to use inks. And then I used some stamps from this year's release to put the numbers 1 through 10 and just add a list of all the things from the day. Then I created this peekaboo pocket using the actual packaging that we got from FAO Schwartz when we took Nora to make some slime. And I put a bunch of the ephemera from the day on the back. Story number 2 on the back is I repositioned this original die cut, which was kind of more of a semicircle, to mimic the shape of the actual sculpture of the Christmas balls outside of one of the buildings in New York City near Rockefeller Center, or near Radio City. And so I have just a bunch of photos in each of these little pockets. I did go back. I mentioned this in the video, and you may remember that I was going to add some embossing to the white parts of the circles. And so I did that. I'm not sure if I really like it. I kind of am like, maybe I should have left it blank, but too late to go back now, right? Picture of Nora outside of Radio City and just the building from that point of view. And then I just used these gold star brads from Michaels to create the swivel. And then I trimmed out, this was a 4x6 card to put joyful on this space and the number 2 here as well, so you know that it was part of story 2. Story number 3 was about Nora's wish list. So I used some alpha stickers and a label, the felt number 3, this year word phrase, and one of the stars from last year, and then this ribbon, which was almost the death of me. If you watch that process video, it was really funny. I had a hard time with it, but in the end, it turned out pretty cute, I think. And this was packaging that I used and repurposed to create this little folder. I wanted it to look like an envelope gift, if you will. And I created this little gingerbread girl holding a sign that says checking it twice. And this was her list from Amazon. And then I included some ephemera from the Amazon catalog to keep. So I just put that all together with this little paper clip. Actually, it's kind of a big paper clip. And it all just tucks in there nicely. Then I made this super cute gingerbread house with some craft paper from one of the, I think it's the one of the packaging boxes. And then I use the frames to create this scalloped top. This is inspired by Nellie and Clem's lesson. And I created these little windows with photos underneath of us creating our gingerbread garland this year. Nora cannot have gingerbread. She has celiac, so she's not even really supposed to touch it. So I included the ephemera from, or the packaging rather, from the kit, and then a picture of Nora and Matt doing some stitching, and created this big old gingerbread house. And if you pull on the chimney, there is a photo of the completed garland hanging on Nora's bedroom wall, and the journaling right here. I used a tag to create the chimney, made another cluster, and this little charm dangle I made, which was really fun. And then on the back, it's just packaging from the actual kit. It slides right in there. And I love a good tag cluster. It's like one of my favorite embellishments. And then on the back side, I just kept it simple and I added a little bit of scallop trim because of the story next to it. And then this is a more recent trim I picked up at TJ Maxx of just these little gingerbread folk. Then story number 5 is about our Advent calendars. So mine is obviously the sticker calendar from, or the sticker Advent from Allie Edwards. And I used one of them to decorate this page here. Again, some leftover packaging, and embellished it with some little like jewels from Pink Fresh Studio. And the star is from an Allie Edwards kit, I think last year. And the alpha is from one of the Advent calendars, either this year or last year. These are Matt and Nora's Advent calendars. I embossed some various sized bows. Bows was the theme for this story. So I used my gold embossing and I just put their initials. Mine obviously just has this to match the vibe, but theirs is the same. And Matt got a tea calendar, and this is packaging from that. And then Nora, this is a full-size photo of all the goodies that were inside of her makeup beauty Advent. And then I decided to get our family a puzzle Advent calendar, so that's this last page, and I just put capturing this moment in time, and that's all of the possible, well, not all, but some of the possible puzzles. So they're the two posters, so you could have a little guide. And then I just journaled about our Advent calendars, and then I added some stamping and a few star stickers, and that will conclude the 5th story. And I made this little, I just used some embroidery thread to sew on this, or not even sew on, just kind of attach it to this big paper clip so that all the stories could be kept together. And I love having little like trims and dangles and bits and bobs hanging outside of my albums. So that's a personal preference. Story number 6 was about our annual, not mine, but the girls' annual Christmas tea party at our church. So I made this envelope using some paper I have from Pink Fresh Studio. I wanted it to be very pink and peachy pink. So this number 6 worked. And inside is a photo of all the girls at the tea party at church. I was not, it's for kids only. So the children's director sent me this picture. And a picture of Nora making a Christmas card, which I cut out. It was huge. It was on 12 by 12 paper. So I cut out most of what she wrote. And it's pretty funny, actually. Oh, and this is the invitation to the party. So I kept that with our children's director's handwriting on it. And then this is Nora writing, "I love you, Mom. You are the best. I am so sorry about Jeeves, but Merry Christmas. I love you forever. We will get a cat and you will be happy." So it's like sad, but funny at the same time, because we did euthanize our cat this week, at the time of this story taking place. And then back here is just a little photo of Nora and her friend Natalie, who stayed overnight and who accompanied her as her guest to the tea party. So they got to dress up, and it was really cute. And again, this is on that same transparency I had. And then I put some trim that I got from Etsy on the bottom. And I like that you can kind of see the photo through the back, a little peekaboo there. And then this is the story of euthanizing our cat, who was 7 years old when we did. So that is why this is story 7. And I put a 7 here. These hearts are from, this one I cut out of the pattern paper. These are from the die cut pack. These vellum hearts are left over from another story kit I had. And then it's just on some clear transparency that says memories. And then I use this star, I think it's from last year, and the Remember is from the Remember story kit. And then I didn't even do any journaling. I just did some stamping and then printed out these photos in black and white. These stamps are from Paper Person Shop that say cringe, and they're various tags. I did not film a video for this, so I'll do a little bit more explaining in this one. And I just use various rickrack trim to create the ribbon at the top. And these are from Heidi Swap, actually, a lot of these tags. So really, I was just looking for something green. So there's Nora kissing him, and the last photo I had of the two cats together, and my husband saying goodbye at the vet, which was awful. Me kissing him, and after he was gone, holding up this little bean. So, and I think this is from Ali Edwards closing this chapter. So again, you know, just couldn't do the journaling, but I think the photos say enough. Oh, and this is the card that the vet sent to us, and it just says, although it's difficult today to see beyond the sorrow, may looking back in memory help comfort you tomorrow. Words cannot express how very sorry I am for your loss of Jeeves. I know how he was loved daily and will be greatly missed. My sincere condolences. And that was from our vet. So that was lovely, and I wanted to include that in the card that she sent. Story 8 was about our trees, and this is a scrap lifted idea from Linda of Loves Creating, my friend Linda, who's an amazing content creator. So I put the number 8 and cut this out. It says around here, and that's the tree in our living room, Nora putting an ornament on it. And then this is her tree in her bedroom, and I just wrote, you decorated your own tree all by yourself, so pretty, and then put a little sticker making this a holiday cheery and bright. Cut out another ornament and stamped decorating day on this label sticker and put twinkle with a brad attached at the top. And then there's a picture Nora took of my husband and I decorating our tree, another decking the halls, another ornament. And I journaled the Friday after Turkey Day. We put up our tree and decor while listening to Christmas music, festive, and then laughing all the way. December stories, and then just decor around the house. And then story number 9 is about our new ornaments this year. So I punched out some vellum from last year's collection and then embroidered it onto the circles underneath it and did a little bit of journaling. I said picked up this one at Target since 2024 was my return to my book era. This one is it says Nipper is a nostalgic piece of my childhood and a fixture in Albany. Got this at a craft market, so that was really special. And then Nora chooses a new ornament each year. She couldn't resist these cute minis for her tree. And then the number 9 is on that one. And then I used alpha stickers from the Advent kit this year to spell out new ornaments. I wanted a paper that had all the colors because I decided after, I think this is from prep day, the stitching lesson, I used all the embroidery thread, and then I put a bunch of charms that match the colors on here to look like, you know, Christmas tree ornaments, and then the twinkle chipboard, and stitched the star on, and then, oh no, the lights are not turning on. That is very disappointing. I'm not sure if it got left on while I was gone or what. Okay, well, I don't know what happened, but I wonder if it's something I could replace. I'll have to look into it. It looks like there's some batteries in there. Maybe I can take it apart and replace it. Anyway, it used to light up. It had all these pretty lights underneath it. Bummer. I'll insert a picture here so you can see it with the lights lit up. And it was cool because you could see it through the backside of this vellum Starbucks cup. So I will put a picture in there so you guys can see. Anywho, I was really proud of this story. I was looking for a creative way to tell the story of our holiday cups. So I kept a bunch of cups. I punched out circles, and then I cut those circles in half to create scallop, like a scalloped effect as the background. And then I left space to put this vellum cup. And then this idea came from Morgan Beal, just putting the cup sleeve over the top so that, you know, it just looks kind of all nice and contained. And then I just put a little trim at the bottom. This was a gift card I bought just for this story, and I think it's super cute. So I wanted to include that. And then I just wrote about how we love our Starbucks and all the time, drink it regularly. And also part of our Starbucks story is Nora starting this tradition where I take her to Starbucks before she has therapy to work on her homework, and then get a little treat. So story number 11, this was story 10, obviously. Story 11 is about her first winter concert. And yeah, it was super cute. Nora's in chorus at school, so there's a picture there of her. This ribbon trim is from Jenny Garcia, and she is going to kindly send me more. And it is, she said, from May Arts. I'm not sure if it's still available or not, but I used it here also as a little tab. And this is the Fa La 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 card. Used hearts all over, or stars all over as embellishments. These stickers are from last year. There's Celebrate, Give Love, December. And then you flip this up and there are QR codes to see the performances. And then I kept part of the program and journaled there about her concert. This was her sitting there with the other members waiting to go up, and then Fa La La La, and stamp the date. Used this die cut piece from last year that says "We wish you a Merry Christmas" on the outside. And then a picture of her and her two close friends who are in band together. And then number 11 there. Story 12 is about our matching pajamas. This is a photo of Nora and I right before bed one night. I'm actually wearing them right now. And I used some stickers from Ellie's Studio. I think, wait, they might be, no, these are Citrus Twist. And then some leftover chipboard stickers from Paper Person Shop Kits. Wrote matching PJs, and then just journaled that I love our family tradition of wearing them. And it wrote that even Smokey is a fan because he's asleep on me there. This is from the label, as this is as well. And then I used different blue word phrases to fill in this space here, which I thought was clever because I wasn't sure how I was going to do that. Here's a picture of all three of our pajamas together. And so it just says things like, because it's Christmas, have a holly jolly Christmas, December memories, Christmas is a together sort of holiday. And so I just love that. And then I added this little silver peekaboo heart, star here rather, with some embroidery floss. Story 13, oh, and then this Noel tag at the top. Then on the back, it says Moments and Memories, and it goes into story 13, which is the story of our crafty planner friend day at Linda's house. My friend Jen joined us virtually, so there she is in our little selfie. And it was a really simple one. I just journaled that today was our crafty planner meetup, and I got to Linda's early and enjoyed an espresso latte with 2 homemade scones. Jen joined us virtually, and we all worked on various crafty projects. We had the best time as usual. And then I trimmed out the Oh What Fun from a 4x6 vellum card and used those vellum stars that I had used previously in the story, or in the album, from a different Ali Edwards kit, and then put the 13. I also brought in some of the washi to kind of coordinate with the color here, since there's so much color in the background. And yeah, this was a really fun, simple story, but I love the way it turned out, and I love a full page photo. Story 14 is about Nora's PTA event at school, the Cookies and Canvas, and it was a Friday. This was all on the same day, actually. This then this, and a potluck at our friend's house. It was a very busy weekend. So I used these chipboard frames from a previous story kit, and then I used the scallop tag stamp set to stamp these on cardstock, and then some other stamps, the alphas and a heart stamp from Ellie Edwards, to emboss on the tags. So the title is Cookies and Canvas, and then this says Documenting the Good Stuff, and then this is the number for the story, and then on each of the photos I did a little cluster of a puffy sticker, a word phrase sticker, and then a chipboard white heart, which I included on each of them. And these puffy stickers are from Crate Paper. This one says All is Bright, this one says Love this story, and this one says To Me It's Perfect. So it's just an opportunity for the kids to enjoy some cookies and paint a picture. Kind of like paint and sip, but without the sip. And then I just added some trim here, and I took advantage of using the full Ho 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 pattern paper. So that's why it's kind of this size. I wanted to use all of it in this story. I just love the bright background. Okay, story 15. This is a scrap lift from Rachel Hart, who is a wizard of tags and tiny embellishment detail. So I knew I wanted to do this for the Nutcracker because I had all of these Nutcrackers from last year's collection, and this was our first year going to see the play or the ballet. So this is a picture of the Nutcracker and obviously Clara. This is a tag I had from Heidi Swap. And I put New Traditions there with a little twine, a tab that says Holly Jolly, the number 15. I trimmed down this die cut word that said love and joy and just put love, the love part here, and then wrote the Nutcracker Ballet. And then you open it up and there is the program, and then 3 photos that I took. And we went because we wanted to see her friend Gabriella perform, and Nora would like to audition next year, so it was a great way for us to preview the ballet and see how long it was and see what the parts would be. And so I was able to get this picture of her friend and include it. So here's all of the tags and pieces I used to create this sort of puzzle, if you will. I pulled in a lot of different elements. I have some from Ellie Edwards, like these are from last year. This is from last year. This. Oop, there's a little piece of something. And these are all like from last year. And then these little tags are, everything else I think is from Studio Calico. No, that's a lie. This one, this tiny chipboard, and this one are from My Mind's Eye. They don't even do paper crafts anymore, but it was a part of the gift that Jenny Garcia sent me a couple years ago. And then I just included little gold detail here and there, or twine, or rickrack. It just was so much fun to make. And then this tab says Be Merry. You lift it up. I have a Velcro closure, some more tags underneath, and then a couple of photos of the 3 of us in the theater, and then curtain call. Love the way it turned out. Also love that there's the little Nutcracker tag behind there to continue with the theme. It took quite a while, but it was like the most fun story to make. I loved putting this together. All right. Also, I was trying to balance out not just shapes, right? Like widths of things, but also spreading out color as well. So that was really fun to piece together. And then the final story, which I just shared the other day, is story 16 of Smokey at Christmas. And I created this cluster here. This is a number from Ellie's studio. This says Home is a Feeling. This is also from Jenny Garcia. These alphas are from Citrus Twist. And then these are photos of him throughout December. I'm kicking myself for not putting the red bow over here and the pink one here because they're right directly underneath the red and pink, but it's going to stay the way it is. Embracing little imperfections as I can. And then I just put a word phrase on each of the photos and then added some shaker, like just some sequin mixes from the Diary of Belle Rose. I thought it was pretty clever because I took this red and pink ribbon trim and I flipped over the pink one and used my Posca pen to make it green. So that is it for this very full album. It was super fun to put together. I feel like I'm really understanding my style and what's my process. And there's really no way to explain it until you attempt it yourself because, yeah, it's just kind of, it's an individual thing, right? Telling your stories and putting these pages together. And it's been very therapeutic for me, and goes back to my reason why. Reclaiming and telling my story is healing for me, and being able to pass these memories on down to Nora is one of my biggest motivations for storytelling in general. So yeah, that's going to do it for volume number 1 of my 2024 December daily album. I hope you guys have enjoyed taking a walk back through it with me. Feel free to leave me any questions in the comments, or you can DM me over on Instagram. I really appreciate your time and just spending time like walking through life with us this past month. It's been very challenging, but also very full of joy and love and memories that will hopefully last us for a lifetime and are captured in here regardless. So do me a favor and like this video if you did, subscribe if you are not, and hit the bell so you don't miss my content. I will be continuing to share December daily, probably into February if I can't finish it this month. But yeah, that's it for me today, friends. Take care of yourselves. Happy 2025. Remember that you are enough, and I love you guys so much. Bye.